Hey everybody, this is Ben, or I Need Peeling, doing a communications VOD review for SickPanda. This is on Oasis, and let's get right into it. Panda, I noticed you say right up front this game is pretty standard as my shot calling goes. I often screw up left and right, and I don't know a lot of complex callouts. That's totally okay. So Oasis is a King of the Hill map, and left and right can be more complicated on King of the Hill maps. I'll usually try, so Oasis on, let's see, depending on which sub map is first. Let's see which one you guys are on first.
Prepare to attack.
Ignore. Okay, you guys are on Garden. Okay, so usually what I will do is I'll pick callouts that I feel like are fairly straightforward. Um, like on Gardens, you have the overhang, and then you have the bottom entrance. I'm like waving my pen around on here, but I'll point you to um, I'll point you to some stuff so you don't have to say left and right. Sometimes you can use left and right, especially when you're first going into Garden, but I usually try to stay away from left and right on King of the Hill because everybody may not be pointed the same direction. On Payload, it's much more straightforward. On Hybrid, Assault, really maps where most everybody will be pointed the same direction, left and right are much more reliable. But let's get into it, and I will offer you what feedback I can. I see you're playing Soldier. That's often a good hero. Oh,
Yeah,
Zenyatta's
good.
good. Zenyatta's actually even better for shot calling.
Now, Shmee. Is this Shmee from Peter Pan?
I like it. Making jokes already. That's good. One thing I would do, it looks like you do have everybody on voice. So that is good. It means you can talk to everybody. It means that when you guys all die, you don't have to start spamming group up with me, group up here. You can just say it on mics. Hey guys, we should fall back. And this is really important to pay attention to. You've got everybody. That is a big, big plus. One thing that may be helpful is to go over a game where you don't have everybody in voice, and you have to shot call while using in-game callouts to talk to one of your teammates. Often it'll be one of these guys, but not always. So let's see if now you guys' comp is interesting. You've got 2 healers, 1 sort of healer, but mostly DPS, and 3 pure DPS. Let's see how you handle that.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's Shmee.
So at this point, I know there's only 3 seconds left. I would ask very nicely. I would say, hey guys, can anybody play a shield or even just a tank? Like shield would be far preferred, especially for this guy. On Gardens, Hanzo doesn't necessarily need a shield to work with, and Genji is going to be doing his own thing regardless, and so will Sombra really. But and you'll probably be farther away, but this one and this one I think could really use a shield to play behind. So I would just ask politely about the team comp. Don't tell anybody to switch. I wouldn't start checking player profiles. I would just say, hey guys, honestly, if I'm Zen in this situation, I say, hey guys, if anybody wants to go tank, great. Otherwise, I probably will need to swap off to a main tank if you can play tank. And then talk to your Moira about it as well. But so communication's good so far. I like the joking. This has me a little concerned.
True self is without form.
Okay, we need tanks.
Yeah, who's gonna bite the bullet and go tank?
There we go. That's a great way of saying it. It's not accusatory. It's not angry. You're just asking the question. I like that a lot.
Have a scissors paper rock contest in the center.
Nicely done. Yeah, that's good too. Positive. Keep it positive. This is really good so far. And now you have a Symmetra too. It'll be great if you cap the point first. But we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes.
That is the opposite of a tank.
Yes, yes, it certainly is. All right, no tanks. So at this point, with 7 seconds left, I would say, okay, guys, this is Zen. I need to switch. You guys have solo healer, solo tank. We'll make it work as best we can. Keep it positive. But at this point, if you can play a shield, Rhine, Orisa, or even Winston, I would say I would start looking to swap off the Zen. If you can't play a tank at all, then just roll with it and see how it goes.
5, 4,
Yes, this is the right idea, and I would consider, although not a ton of hours on anybody, but definitely some time on Ryan and Winston. The problem is just swapped off to Symmetra. Symmetra and Sombra, those are may not be the best heroes to ask for a switch from. Someone who plays who picks 2 off-meta heroes at the beginning. Sombra's a little bit meta, but you might have trouble asking for a switch from this person. We'll see.
3, 2, 1. Round
There we go. You got your tank. All right, let's roll.
1. Capture the
Thank you,
objective.
Slinko.
Good. Thanking for the pick. That is very important. So yes, and you'll so now you're at 27 seconds. In 12 seconds, enemies will be available on the tab screen. So if you're shot calling, I'm hoping you'll be tabbing as soon as the enemy comp comes up, as long as you guys aren't like right in the middle of a fight.
Guys, go left, go left.
There you go. Now left is not totally clear. So it looks like they're doing kind of what you want, but left could also be down here. This is one part of the map though where left and right is actually not a problem, but it sounds like they took the left that you actually meant. But I would say let's go straight and left to the windows maybe. I like using windows for this area in here, but it looks like they're doing what you want, so this worked out.
Yep, nice.
Good, good. To confirm that they're doing what you asked. Alright. So now you want to get into a spot where you can get your harmony orb out.
Dunking.
Good.
Good.
Good Discord call out. Good job getting the harmony on the Winston.
Tempest discorded.
Good Discord call out again.
Nice. Hanzo, top right.
So right is probably okay as a call out here. Top right is probably fine, just because everybody is pointed the same way. You guys are, despite the presence of the Winston, which usually suggests something a little more divey, he's playing with the team, which is what he should be doing given this guy and this guy. And so everybody's pointed the same direction. Using left and right is probably fine.
The objective is now active.
Now you want to try to get an orb on the
Stagger
monkey
out
if
a
you
little
can. Monkey dropped. Okay, what was the last thing you said?
Yeah, stagger her out a little bit.
Yeah, okay, okay. So no, so the Zen got the Winston. That's interesting. Is the Zen under there?
Make us suffer. Cap.
There you go. So now you guys staggered the Zen. This is definitely worth it. You can absolutely give up this guy to get both of these two. And especially, he just dies right as you cap. That's seconds. So that's really good. And that wasn't necessarily a result of the shot calling, but it was good that your team did this. And it's good for you to encourage it. So well done there. So now I would be calling for your team's setup. This is normally where teams go quiet, especially at gold. This is where things will get really quiet. Nobody's going to spam what their ultimate charge is, but you guys need to be communicating with each other. And so you guys were in a fight pretty much straight on through, but now you want to start checking for enemy switches and you want to check for your own ultimate economy.
Sorry, I
Start
walked off the hill.
start checking ults here. Check the tab screen. See if the enemy has switched off anybody. Good. So this is a little risky running this far forward as Zen. I'm not here to really coach your positioning up, but I would. So now definitely call out this Zarya. You're probably about to do that.
They're going left.
Moira Discord.
So somebody said it sounded like somebody just said they're going left, which doesn't mean anything.
They're going left.
So the Hanzo said left, which that left could mean this, which is where they're actually coming. Left could also mean they're going all the way down here. So you need to be saying who's coming in here. So we definitely saw the Zarya. There may be more. They may all be here. We could have all 6 of them here. But I would be calling, one way or the other, I would be calling for help for your Hanzo right now. Because Monkey's still coming back. Your Hanzo's up here. Your Moira's here. You've got McCree here. McCree, see, the problem is that now you guys are running into trouble because you only have the 1 tank. But that's not really your fault. But I would call for McCree to join him up here. And these guys need to help as much as they can in this direction and this direction. So, oh wait, no, this is Hanzo. Who's forward? Oh, it's Genji. Okay, you guys' Genji is the one up here. My mistake. So, yeah. So I would start calling for help. Help the Genji. Help the Genji. Right here.
Moira Discord.
Good Discord call out. Now it's quiet right now. Your team's Moira moved up, which is good. Hanzo got damaged, maybe by Zarya, maybe by somebody else. You guys are spread a little wide right now. I would probably look to regroup right now because Genji's going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage against the Zarya who's over here, and Moira can throw some spam in that he won't be able to do much about if she aims it high enough. So I would, and you're in trouble if somebody dives on you here because you have a little bit of help, but if they bring in like a Winston or something, I don't know if they had. Yeah, I think they did have a Winston actually. So I would get up this direction. But shot calling wise, you're doing fine so far. But check your tab screen and start spamming your own ult charge.
Yep.
Good orb spam. Yeah. The Hanzo got isolated. Your team needs to group up. You're in definite danger of getting separation. I would start pushing your group up button now. And calling for group up over comms as well, because you guys need this guy to get back.
Sorry, I'm going to try.
So this is really good positioning. I would be telling these guys to fall back to the Winston and tell the Winston to come support them. He can meet them here. This is actually a pretty good spot to do it. It's a little better than here because you have some height advantage. But these guys needs to be dropping back just a little bit. I feel like this is greedy, and it got the Hanzo killed. You don't want it to get your Genji. I think this is Genji, and your Moira killed as well. They need help from this guy. So I in that situation I like a call out, like wait for Winston, fall back to Winston, because you guys have the point right now anyway.
Guys, play around the point for heals.
There you go. That's a really good call out. Play around point for heals. You've let them know that you're not going to leave to go help this guy when he goes charging into the back line. And if he can handle it on his own, great. But I like that call out a lot.
Moira's our main healer. We got to stick close together.
So this is not a communication thing, but I would probably switch orb to your McCree here. This guy's a little bit more survivable. If somebody jumps on him, he's about to be in trouble. But that's not a communication thing. But your team is still split. Which is not really your fault. You're playing kind of where I feel like this is where you should be right now. So your positioning is good, but you've got to get your team back together. And heal that. Yeah, the Moira ended up dying. McCree's about to die, unless he might have just run off. Nah, he got scattered.
He's all.
Nice volley. So that's not a communication thing, but really nicely done. Okay, so now I would jump into point at this point because you guys are in trouble. And they're about to cap, and if they do cap, you need to get out of there anyway. So I would jump into point right now. Maybe some would disagree with me.
Stall it as long
There you go. Stall it. Yes.
as you can.
Yep. And you got killed, but that's better than getting killed right now is much better than getting killed 10 seconds from now, and your team has to wait that much longer for you to run back in. So I like that play, even though you got killed. The only thing that I feel like you could have done better here was just really insist on your team grouping back up, because the Hanzo and this guy both probably got killed because they didn't have the Winston bubble. They didn't have the threat of Winston to keep them safe. Now you can't make them do what you want them to do, but you can give them an idea of what the right thing to do is.
Nope.
I would, well, you guys are still in there. So if I'm Hanzo, I actually run into point now.
On there, Hanzo. Unlucky.
Tell him to get out.
Also, we gotta run.
Don't let him poke. Don't let him poke.
That would be a bad idea. It's right.
So at this point, this Hanzo is playing a very dangerous game. And I don't know what his ult charge is. It's still nobody's spamming ult charge, and you haven't tabbed to check enemy comp or ult charges yet. So the biggest shot caller problem I'm seeing so far is information that you're not giving to yourself. By the way, you're playing a very fine game otherwise. I think your orb placement is great. Your positioning is very solid. And you had a great volley going down the stairs. That's overall, I think you're doing really nicely. But you're now death spectating a guy who could be about to make a very serious mistake. If they're, if two people come out of the point to jump on him, he might be dead, and then you guys have to wait another 10 seconds, or 12, or 15, or however long it takes him to run back in.
Yeah, we just need more percentage. Trickling's fine, but then we can regroup.
Okay, there you go. Now we know what the enemy comp is. Okay, so now we can okay, so this I think is better. You guys are now 2-2-2. The enemy team does not have a shield, and you have 2 shields. Now your shield advantage is mitigated a little bit by this guy, but this enemy team is pretty brawly. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. Let's just keep rolling. So at this point, I would give your team a heads up to be aware of, just be aware of the rocket punch and be aware of scatter. I don't know that they have any ults that you really need to be looking for yet. Maybe this one. But I would just call out their comp at this point. They are D.Va, Zarya, Hanzo, Moira, Zen, and Doomfist. Because what this guy does against these two will actually be really key to this. I think the way this guy handles himself will actually be pretty key to this. But let's see what happens.
I've got Transcendence ready.
There you go. Good call out. Ask your team. Yeah. Okay. So now your Moira has said her ult as well. So you have two. You have your support ult and then her kind of engage heal ult. It's it's mostly a support ult as well, but it's not quite as strong as yours. So I wonder if anybody else will say their ult charge. After their ult charges.
Go left. Go left.
So I would be more specific here. Again, it's probably going to work out fine, but I would say go left to the windows, or I just use windows. To me, this is arch. That's front door right there, where you can walk down into point. and this over here is Windows. You can come up with your own, you know, with your own lingo for this, but to me, left, I've had a couple of teammates get it wrong and say, wait, left is all the way down to the bottom. This is the middle entrance, and well, they're not right, but they're not wrong either. You know, everybody kind of has their own way of referring to it, so just be mindful of that.
I've got ult.
Okay, your Hanzo got picked again by Zen. Their Zen's playing pretty aggressively. I don't love the way this Hanzo's playing. But okay, but he did tell you his ult charge, so that's nice. Here comes Doomfist. So I would call out that the Doomfist is close as soon as you hear him. You know he's not holding Rocket Punch, waiting to charge in. He has already charged in. There comes their Hanzo's ult. I think this was pretty good timing for your ult. Good. He didn't get anybody. That's great. Good reaction by you. You moved kind of just away from where your team was. He tried to split the difference and got nobody. So that's nice. So they've used his ult, and you haven't seen the self-destruct, which you need to be aware of. I don't think you've seen the self-destruct.
Doomfist discorded.
That's good. Stay in the middle of this Hanzo ult. Doomfist can't come after you in here. Well, so I would have cut right maybe a little bit more, although that keeps you in the middle of the fight. So maybe there wasn't a right answer here. Good call out on the Doomfist. Let me hear exactly what you said. I think you just said backline.
Doomfist 50 health. Doomfist discorded.
So you could say, you good call out for the Discord. You could say Doomfist our side, or Doomfist backline, or Doomfist our windows, to indicate that the Doomfist is indeed on top of you. And if he's discorded, then he has to be priority target. So sometimes when I'm noticing that when you're calling a Discord, you're not always giving their location. Sometimes that's not necessary. But I think in this case, when I hear Doomfist discorded, this is not the first spot I think to look. Where I think to look is right over here or at their front door. Doomfist discorded our back corner. Doomfist discorded by the overhang. Maybe just one quick word as to what his location is, or maybe 2 words. Because he's about to come after you. Yeah! Yeah. Not a whole lot you could have done play-wise, but maybe if somebody turns and shoots him just a little bit faster, you can get him before he gets you.
Doomfist 50 health. One shot.
Yeah, there you go. They got him anyway.
Nice.
Got him.
So I liked that you said nice when Hanzo got the kill. I like praising kills at every opportunity. Looks like you guys are, maybe, I don't know who's going to win this team fight. We'll see. But yes, definitely praise picks when they happen.
Zen, go Zen.
That's a good job coaching the team even when you're dead. Telling them, hey, look, Zen's in. Get Zen. But again, give his location. Zen, their front door. Get Zen. He's in their front door. He's by their windows. Just, pick lingo that you think is clear and just a word or two and use that. Nice picks, Genji. So I would praise the Genji right here. He gets 2 picks without an ult. That's really nice work by him. I would say something.
That is one. Just wasted ult.
Nice.
Okay, so they have, believe, I don't think they've changed their comp. And I think unless their Doomfist can really equalize these two, I think they're gonna suffer without a shield. We'll see what happens. And you guys don't have a lot of spam, so it's probably gonna be a little tough for her to build ult charge. This is a pretty patient composition other than the Genji, who's not going to be spending any time attacking her, so I don't know. I think you guys are out-comping them right now that you have both of the tanks and 2 shields.
Ryan, come back so I can heal.
That's a good call out by the Moira.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna play it close together. Can't spread out too much. David discarded. D round a match.
Oh, you almost finished her. She was real close. So I would have actually called out... It's a little tough during a self-destruct because everybody has to stay away from this, but... and your Winston's dead too. This is not very good. I guess he's going after a healer, but he's definitely by himself. He doesn't have any support from you because you're trying to finish this. So going back to where you were a second ago, I would have called out the D.Va by the Mega. As it turns out, Winston dies, so it doesn't really matter. He wouldn't have been able to finish her, but this is such a big deal. These few bars of health. If you can kill the discorded D.Va here, then you don't have a mech to deal with now. So I would just say D.Va by the Mega. And with any luck, this Winston doesn't go get shit canned by himself, and you're actually in a position to finish her. Let me see. Let me check this one more time.
David discarded. D round.
Yeah, not your fault, but I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to finish the Moira, which I understand, but Winston Moira is not necessarily a great fight. And he's going to get killed by, I believe, their Hanzo. Doomfist, sorry. Yeah, call the D.Va's location. Your Winston's already dead, but go ahead and call her out. Maybe your Hanzo will be able to finish it without stepping into the self-destruct path. Hitting her with the volley was great. Yeah.
Just behind.
So behind is a pretty good call out here. I think I like that call out. You're gonna want to let this volley go as soon as you step in here, so you can heal the Hanzo.
Yeah.
Oh. That wasn't your fault. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so now...
Sorry, discord.
Good call out. Give her location. 2 of your teammates can see her already. And in this case, it doesn't matter because I think everybody else is dead. Your Hanzo just ate it. But if somebody's running back in from here, call Zarya's location so that they know she's here and not in there, or right here, or down there, or where the Doomfist was earlier down here. You want the person who's running back from spawn to already know where she is. So I call this front door on Oasis Garden. This is our front door. This is their front door.
On point.
Good, good. On point is helpful.
Lost our run at the
Okay,
beginning.
just the healers on the point. Stall it out. Sorry, discord.
This is nice work by you. Nice ult, Genji. Anytime somebody, you know, the Genji's doing work. He gets a triple ult here. I would say something. You know, if things start going bad in a second, your Genji wants to know you've got his back. And that's not to say you won't necessarily ask him to switch at some point, because you might. But let them hear your positivity right now. Really important as a shot caller.
Doomfist on point.
Go, Genji. Fucking
Doomfist on point. Nice.
There you go. There you go. You said something. I would even be more effusive. Like, he got 4 of them. That's huge. And they're going to be able to finish this Doomfist. Probably. Yeah, there you go. So Genji gets him too. Definitely say something to this Genji. Especially because Genji gets a lot of shit sometimes. So he let him know you got his back.
Alright, group up for heals. We gotta stick together, guys.
Yeah, just stay close, stay close. Nice.
Okay, so your team's positioning is pretty good here. I think this is fine. If they do happen to come from down low, which I don't think they're going to do at this point, but just maybe let these guys know to be aware of like an attempt at a back cap or something like that. They haven't switched their comp. They're still running the same comp, which in my opinion is not very smart. I think this and this are in serious trouble against these guys, but we'll see what happens.
Just hold them off the.
So I would let them know that you're still running back in. I probably, when you're back here, I would say something, you guys only have 1 healer, because you have 2 pretty thirsty tanks right now. Ryan and Winston need a lot of heals, and you've just got the Moira healing both of them, which is manageable, but I would let them know, don't try anything stupid right now, because you only have 1 healer. You're missing 30 heals per second that are going to come from this guy. So I would just say, wait for the last healer, don't engage just yet. Because right now, the way your team is set up, the other team has a little bit of spawn advantage as well, because they're playing over on their side a little bit. So if you have a Zen running back right now and they have a Zen running back right now, theirs is going to get there first. So I like this positioning, but I would let them know, don't push any farther forward.
Just hold them off the point. Somebody's touching. Gabriel and Moira.
So this is good. This is good. You're probably not going to keep them from touching point. If they don't touch point, it's really because they made a mistake. So what I would do is, instead of going for a volley on the solo,
Somebody's touching.
on the Diva and the ulting Moira, I would focus on helping these guys win this fight up here. Because you're taking, so this isn't so much a communication thing, but you're taking a fight. Right now, you're about to take a 1-on-2. Maybe you'll turn it into a 3-on-2 if these guys both turn to shoot them, but then you're hanging your tanks out to dry. So I wouldn't throw this volley right now. I'd look to throw a volley this direction. It's gonna take a minute to kill these two, especially because this one's ulting. So I would be looking to help over here.
Gabriel and Moira.
And you still don't have your Harmony Orb out. You got a critical tank, and your Harmony Orb has not been used yet. It is not in use currently.
Moira's discorded back.
Now you got it out. Oh, not good.
And Doomfist go.
Yeah. So I think this wasn't a communication mistake, but so actually the effort at the back cap that we were talking about earlier, I think that is what they did. I think the Diva and the Moira came from underneath. I would have warned the Hanzo. The Genji was probably pushed up front. I would have warned Hanzo and Moira, and then either brought the tanks back to point or told them, everybody, to push up out of point, so that if they're standing in the point, great. We've got a few seconds to do something 6-on-4 before these two cap down here. So I would have either pushed everyone forward or pulled everyone back as the shot caller. And until you had decided how you were going to engage with them, like, to me, this was the right angle for you to take given what everyone else was doing. But I would have communicated before the fight ever happened. Be ready for them to come from underneath, because they've been coming from here the whole game, and it's not working.
Ah, he got me.
Got no heals.
Good call out. Let them know that they don't have a healer right now. There's nothing. That's a good call. Done the right way, not negative, not like you guys don't have any heals right now. Good work by your Winston. So I would let them know you're almost there. Is this a, you guys have a, is that the Winston still? No, you guys have Roadhog now.
I'm coming with ult.
Ooh, I think you guys are gonna win this one. Let's see what happens with their Zen ult.
Winston's discorded backline.
Good call out. Good call out. Winston discorded backline. This is, it's pretty obvious what you mean by this. He's over on your side. You could even use backline to refer to all of this. Like this whole area right here, you could call this backline. Only problem with backline, in this case it's obvious, but backline could be Winston's jumping on you. So just make sure that, you know, just be as specific as you can. In that moment, I think backline is a fine call. I think you guys are going to win this round.
Kick him! Kick him! If this Discord.
I would blow your ult right here.
Nice, Moira.
Get more.
Back of the point.
First round.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
Good first one, guys.
So at this point, if you haven't yet said something to the Genji and also the Winston, who had a really nice set of kills there at the end, I'd say something to those guys. And really important to praise a tank when they get a bunch of final blows. Also worth looking at, these guys are now triple tank, and you guys still have the two tanks, Winston and Roadhog, but they're about to be tankier than you are. Just something to keep in mind. Oftentimes it's hard to look at the screen right now and like take a mental image of, ooh, they've got this guy now too, instead of their Hanzo. I think he ulted and then switched. So yeah, let's see what happens here. This is really interesting. This is an interesting comp.
Get into position.
Ah, self-destruct.
1-0.
Oh. So when somebody says something like this, I like to reply to it. As if you're the shot caller, you're taking on a de facto status as team leader. So when someone says something like this, like I try to, so some people are more jokers, some people are more sincere. I tend to approach the shot calling from a more of a sincere perspective, which is not everybody's style. But he may be just messing with you guys, but I find Genji players are often sincere about this kind of thing. Just depends. But I would say something to this. Give him a little smiley face. Up to you.
Did you seriously GGEs that early?
Oh, okay. So that's what he meant.
We've only won one round, dude. I might smash us the next two. Don't get cocky.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, throttle him back a little bit here. And you did that really well. The way you handled that was honestly pretty perfect. Like just you tell him settle down a little bit, dude. But you're not hating on him. You're not hating on him for the Genji pick, and he played really well. That's probably why he's feeling good right now. Yeah, this guy could be trouble if things aren't going so well. So this is not a communication thing, but Zen on this map is probably not going to be as strong as Zen on Garden. On Garden, you got a lot of long sight lines. On this one, the sight lines are pretty short. Really, the only place you're going to be able to see into point are across, and then in the front door. So your ability to have an impact on the fight is going to depend on either being able to play safely here, which is not guaranteed, or to be able to play safely up here, or that they play far enough forward that you can have an impact from this angle or this angle. And your Winston just switched to Widow. So, let's see how this one goes. Yeah.
Should we try and play right room?
5,
So actually with this comp, should you try and play right room? With this comp, I would actually go, now this is me being, sort of wearing my amateur Overwatch coach hat. I would, with this one and this one, I would not go into a very small spammy space like the right room. I would go up to high ground. Now you're at risk for boops a little bit, but I think if these two and even this one to some degree go into right room, if they switch to a Junkrat or if their Zarya's doing work, you don't have a shield now. I would go high ground and see if the snipers can work from there. I think this comp, you guys' comp is probably going to shuffle though. We'll see.
And play right room.
5, 4,
Yeah. I'm gonna break this otherwise.
This is a little better for right room. Winston's way better than Widow for right room. I still don't love it. Winston Roadhog's pretty robust for right room. No, I don't love this guy. I guess he could shoot into it.
capture,
Little scatter arrow action. But Genji's not going to be super effective right room either, I don't think. Okay, so I would have been calling group up on the way in because you called right room, but your team is not there with you. You actually get there first, and you're in big trouble because there's a diva in your face. Now you hit her with the volley, which is nice, but you're gonna lose this fight if nobody helps you.
Diva right room, just spotted, she's low.
You guys lost your Hanzo. Yeah, your team did not do the right room strategy that you suggested, really, because your Winston is up here. That's not really your fault, but if you are calling a direction with strangers, I would hit group up with me a couple of times as you go toward this right room, because the Genji didn't join you, which you expect, but the Winston also did not join you, which kind of leaves you in a problem here, and you lost your Hanzo right here to their Roadhog.
They got triple tank going on.
So thankfully your Hog followed directions. What is your Winston doing? Now you lost Genji. So I would start calling a retreat here. You're down 2. Your tanks are both still alive. Hog is far enough back that he can still get away safely. I'd put the Harmony Orb on him. I'd tell Winston to call retreat, and I'd start falling back yourself because you are down 2 and you're about to have a serious problem. So I would call the retreat here. Tempting, but
Discord.
I wouldn't be doing it.
Sorry, right side. On.
Yeah, this is. Ooh, I would be calling retreat here.
Get back. One shot. Sorry, one shot.
You lost 2 more. You guys have to fall back. I think this is your Roadhog right here. So tell Roadhog get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out. because he's not on point. So either he needs to be in point, or he needs to be out, or he needs to be dead. Those are the winning scenarios. Here is no man's land. At least he's going to die quickly, but he needs to be going that way, or he needs to be standing on point so that they haven't capped yet. So call for the retreat as soon as you guys start getting wiped. It all happens pretty fast. I'm asking a lot of you here.
Alright, back it up, back it up.
And I think that this guy is playing too far forward now. I would have him way farther back.
We swap the Moira for Ana.
This is not a bad switch with the Reaper. This is a good swap. I would praise the Hanzo swap to the Reaper because they have 3 off tanks now. Reaper is going to go to town on 3 off tanks. No shields. They have a Zarya bubble, defense matrix, and then it's him all day with the reaping and massive, massive amounts of damage against an unshielded front line. I think this is a wonderful switch. This switch I like because he can protect the Reaper, and this is good too. Like I think and Genji's fine. Like Genji and Tracer are pretty much always fine. I think you guys, despite the fact that they're super beefy on frontline now, I think you guys still out-comp them. We'll see how good this guy is. So, interestingly enough, they called for Moira to switch to Ana just now. The Reaper's asking for Moira to switch. If you can play another healer, I love the Discord orbs and you're doing a really good job calling them. But I think what you guys may need right now is some more beefy heals from you. Because I think you're going to get plenty of damage. Although Zen is usually good if you're landing Discords. But the sightlines still worry me for this, just for this map. And you being able to get to a spot where you can safely keep an orb on one of yours and one of theirs on this map, I don't know. So if I were you and you're a support main, I would consider a switch to Ana or Mercy here. But the Zen is not bad. Zen is very rarely bad. So let's see what happens.
Overconfidence is a
How close are you to alt Moira?
So okay, now there's stuff happening back here now, so call it out.
75, sorry.
So your Genji's dead again. So yeah, I agree with this. But your Genji's dead, so your team needs to know that. Like, you're at a disadvantage and you can push right now, but I don't know that I would. Because you weren't the last one to die either. So when your team is wiped or in trouble, I think maybe my biggest overall criticism so far is that you're not getting them out of the fight or letting them know that you have a problem quickly enough. Good things that you're doing communication-wise, you're calling your Discords really well. You're telling your team kind of generally which direction to go, even though they're not always listening. I would give Discord orb locations. And your positioning seems, for the most part, to be really good. I don't know if this was the right call earlier, but overall, I like your decision making.
I hope Discorded.
Good.
Moira's Discorded.
Stay back.
Trancing.
Yeah, I guess this is okay. I would give more warning for it. Actually, I'm not 100% sure I would trans here. So your Roadhog's over there. Where is your Reaper? Because you got Moira, you got Rhine. I don't know where the Reaper went. Is Reaper over there? So your team's not deathballed up right now. Let's see. Is the Reaper dead? Is the Reaper the one who died?
Push hard.
Oh, no, Reaper just died. Pretty good positioning on the trans. Okay, you guys made this work out. I like the way you moved on your trans. This is interesting. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, you made the trans stand up. I wasn't sure if it was the right play. I would give your team a little more warning, but it's good to say something over comms when you do it. You can call the Reaper and the Roadhog to you, so that they move to this side. But one reason to give them a little warning for trans is so they can know, okay, I need to start getting close to Zen.
David Discord.
Call it now. Definitely, you must give her location, because somebody looking into point is going to say, Diva, where? Where's Diva? You got to say backline in this case. She was low enough that it didn't matter. Your volleys are really good, by the way.
And a right side.
Call the Discord on the Roadhog as well.
Moira, get back behind the shield.
Yes, that was a really good call. So, you saw Moira out of position. That was really nicely done. Telling her to get back behind shield. You guys have the Bastion in position now. I guess trans is what made this happen. So you guys are really well positioned now. But she was overextended. You brought her back behind the shield, and hopefully she'll be able to bail out this Rhine. Between the two of you, you can. That was your best call so far, is directing a specific teammate to a specific place in a simple way without getting annoyed. That was a great call out. Nicely done. Good. You guys are doubling up on Rhine. Bastion gets a kill on the Ana. Yeah!
Hog Discord.
Yeah. Whoa. What happened there? See, it was a Moira. Just a random bounce. Bad bounce. But you guys capped. Okay, so now, you don't see any ults up, so what are the percentages? Where is everybody ult-wise?
I'll go
And check their comp.
Ana.
Good switch. I like the switch. So okay, so you know Bastion's ult. He's been doing a pretty good job letting you know. You need to know where this is. You need to take another look at this. It looks like they haven't switched, which I think is a mistake. Yeah, you guys have a shielded Bastion, and they have 3 off tanks. They're in serious trouble. I would be calling out to watch out for High Noon, because these 3, and especially you and the Reaper. Well, the Reaper will just know to, as soon as he hears it, drop Wraith form and get to safety, and the Moira can fade to safety. So if you warn them, be ready for this, because you know where he's gonna go. He's gonna go top left. It's High Noon. 3 or 4 seconds later, maybe 2 seconds later, he's gonna try to pop her, you, and him. So the one who's actually in the most danger, if you call it out, is you. So just call it out to your team. Be aware. I don't think this one's up yet. And this one, I would watch out for the right room on this one. And this one, who knows? So ult economy, be aware. And you got your Rhine ult is now up too. So I think they may have ult economy on you, although who knows? But I would say watch Deadeye and be careful of Whole Hog in the right room.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Well, Zarya does have ult. Okay, yeah, this is trouble. Depending on where the Diva Bomb lands. Well, she only got 1. I would have expected it to go worse than that.
That was a good combo.
I will keep you here.
Smart ass.
Your purple Rhine can't get you.
Good sleep dart. Man. That was some nice mechanical work.
Fire.
I would call out the Roadhog here. I mean, you're probably going to take him down anyway, but I would call for focus fire there.
I have your back.
Set up further back. Set up further back, guys. We don't have
That's it. Yes, good call out.
tanks.
Yep, set up farther back.
McCree, right side.
I don't know, yeah.
Is he ulting from right here? Ooh, that's a bad play.
You sleep.
Oh, that was some dog shit from McCree. Oh man, that was, well, okay. So yeah, you guys are probably gonna win this one too. Yeah, this just cleaning up at this point. Go ahead and call out the road. Call out the Roadhog.
She's sleep.
Call out the Roadhog.
Hog right side.
There you go.
Too far forward. Too far forward.
Yes. Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Man, that fell apart real quick. Okay, they switched to a Reaper. Yeah, Nano Reaper.
Oh, wow.
Alright, don't go in.
Yeah, so this dude needs to get out of there. He's about to get staggered. Fall back Roadhog, fall back Roadhog, fall back Roadhog. Yeah, okay, there we go.
I got ult so I can leave.
No, he's about to get killed. This is why you don't poke at the choke, Twizzy. This is why you do not go in and poke when your team is dead.
This is much better than
Wait for Hog, guys.
Wait, yes, good call out. Very good. Wait for Hog. And I think these guys are still too far forward. You guys have a Doomfist now, so that should be interesting. But if this guy is still Reaper, which I think he is, he shouldn't be up here. This is better than up there, but it's still I would be outside of here. Make them significantly overextend to come after you. Unless you're a tank, this guy can kind of be wherever he wants.
Try and push in again. We can't just keep getting staggered.
Yes, exactly right.
Select
Oh.
Too far forward. Too far forward.
Wow.
Alright, don't go in.
I got ult so I can leave.
Yeah, so
much
not sure what happened there.
Wait for Hog, guys. Before we try
Oh,
and
I
push in again.
clicked
We
this
can't
instead
just
of
keep
this.
getting staggered.
Let's Nanoblade.
Nanoblade's not a bad idea.
You'll be fine.
Give me Beyblade. McCree to the right. Sleep.
Nice sleep dart. Yes. Okay. So now, kill the nano. Don't you guys have won this fight already. So I would call no ults right here. We've won no ults. Because they don't have a mercy. So they're not gonna res anybody. This fight's over.
Alright, no more ults. No more.
Perfect. Perfect. Good call out. Now, it's actually 5-3 now instead of 6-3. But their Diva's demeched as well. You guys are still gonna win this.
Ults.
Yep.
Roadhog top right.
Yep, stagger him.
Yep.
And it's top left, but that's top. Everybody knows where top is on this map.
Nice. Alright guys, come back to point. Roadhog, I'm gonna nano you. You whole hog.
So he probably knows this already, but if he's gonna whole hog, the best place to do it is in the right room, just because you have enclosed space, or out here so you can get boops. Although it may not really matter, but I would still, unless Reaper blue ult, I would still look for a nano blade, but that's up to you.
Reaper top left. Good hook.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Wire on me, left room.
Good call out. Left room. Be specific. Yes. Oh, yeah. Now there's not a lot you could do there.
Oh,
Is there anyone else on point or just me?
So.
Oh,
let's see
okay.
what happens. Oh. So, I don't know. I felt like this was done. Let's roll back a second here. Okay, so you guys did cap, yeah.
Yep, nice. Alright guys, come back to point. Roadhog, I'm gonna nano you. You whole hog. Reaper top left.
So you guys get the first pick. I bet what's gonna happen is this guy is gonna get killed in here.
Hook.
Yep. So, I don't know where he got stuck. He was on the wrong side of the shield for the self-destruct, but it split you guys. This is not really a shot calling problem, but what happened in this fight is you were behind the shield, the Diva bomb's going off in the middle, Reaper's over here, so he gets stuck in the blast, and then let's see what happens after that. So you guys are split now. This is problematic. Good sleep dart. But your team's also turned around.
Wire on me, left room.
Yeah, and your Doomfist is about to get pulled out too. Where's your 6th? You have 3. Your Reaper's dead. Doomfist. 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? Where's the Roadhog?
oh,
Is there anyone else on point or just me?
Good job getting out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I think this Roadhog must have been playing up here this whole time, which is a massive mistake. He should have been in point with the team, but their Reapers shadow stepping in. He's probably about to drop on these two and give them a ton of trouble. You got the Moira. Is that a McCree right there? I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I don't like this. Yeah. Yeah, your Reaper killed the McCree. Your Reaper's back, and their McCree's bad. But this is trouble.
You got no heals.
pull back, pull back.
I'm not ready to hang it up.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna have to go in the last second. Mario, that's gonna have to be your job. Mario, asleep. Right
Nice
side.
sleep dart. Okay, now you guys have to get in point, so as shot caller, especially at this elo, I would start counting it down. We have to be in point, and I usually start doing it at 90 seconds, because the number of times I've seen a team C9 a point like this, even when they have the numbers advantage, like just everybody forgets to step on point, I would start counting it down right here. 10, 9, Now you're at 6. Somebody has to step on point in the next 6 seconds, or even if you guys are destroying them, you still lose. Maybe some people will get irritated with you for that, but at this elo, you have to. You got to do it. Make people aware. Don't let them C9. 6.
Alright, touch point now.
7. He's got to step in.
Move in.
Oof. Okay, yeah, you guys did it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I think this one's over.
Deeper behind.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice, nice. Deeper's still behind. Oh, yep. Keep him off, keep him off.
And that's ball game.
GG.
Yeah, yeah.
Too easy. Nice work, guys.
This is good. Classy. Well done. You guys didn't end up taking the whole thing. Where's your 6th hero? Right here. Did one of your guys DC at the last second?
Play of the game.
So, overall, I thought your shot calling was very strong. I felt like you were doing a pretty good job of giving locations. One thing I would do is come up with some shorthand. You guys ended up not having to play the city center map, but I would come up with some shorthand for like the jump and the high ground by the jump. I used the gazebo as the thing in the middle, the mushroom looking thing. I say opposite the jump or by the traffic side, and then I on King of the Hill maps I like to use front door, back door. So their front door, our front door, jump side, traffic side. You can come up with whatever, you know, with whatever call outs work out for you. To me, this is the gazebo, high ground gazebo, high ground jump, bottom jump. And that's usually all you need. Like there's like a mini health pack on the rooms right by the jump room, and there's a mega out by the traffic, but rarely do people go out there. The fighting happens in the point and in the walkway around the point, by the jump, and by the gazebo, and occasionally up here if you got a Widow or a McCree doing something up there. So overall, I thought your shot calling was strong. You stayed positive. That's number one. You were fairly specific. You called your discords, and you switched when it was appropriate. That's another thing that's not shot calling related, but good team play. And so then constructive feedback, tracking ult economy, and tracking enemy comp, I think are ways that you can step up your shot calling. When you see something like, okay, we have 2 shield tanks and they have a Doomfist, just be ready. Telling your team to prep for self-destruct, Deadeye. Self-destruct and Deadeye are ults that you can often deal with very effectively if you're ready for them, but if they catch you by surprise, you can just, like, your whole team can end up dead. Usually not if you have a pretty beefy team like you guys did. But it's just ways of helping your teammates who, you know, at mid-gold, it does help to make them aware of stuff like that. Your mechanics I thought were very sound. I think your shot calling was a little better when you were playing Zen than Ana, which makes sense. You just had more space as Zen, and some of that was a function of map and not hero choice, because University is just a tighter map than Garden on Oasis. So overall, I thought you played really well. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Reddit. You guys can always add me on Discord, or find me on Reddit at I Need Peeling. My Discord number is 8064, so I Need Peeling 8064. And this will be posted on the Top Score Solutions YouTube channel. So good work, Panda, and best of luck to everyone. Good luck, have fun.